Hello and welcome to video 12, me learning how to use the Octatrack Mk.II and showing you how I do so in the process. I thought it might be fun today to record some sounds in from my Yamaha Reface DX keyboard and my Polyend Synth. You can see the synth in the shot there. Here's the Yamaha, it's going to be on my lap because of my studio space is fairly limited. So let's talk about the setup here. First of all, connections. I've got audio out left and right from the Yamaha into the A and B inputs on the Octatrack. The Polyend Synth is going into the C and D inputs, so I can wire up two instruments audio wise at the same time. MIDI wise, I'm coming out of the Yamaha into the Polyend so that I can trigger the Polyend when the time comes. First of all, I'm going to record the Yamaha, so it's inputs A and B. I've gone ahead and created a new song. I've turned tracks 1 and 2 into flex tracks. I've set the tempo to 90. The metronome is on. Let's have a quick look at the metronome settings. So project, control, metronome, yes. Main volume, we'll set that to about 12, not too loud. On the function and page, I've got the pattern scale set to 64, so it's 4 bars, that's good. I've placed a playback trig on the beginning of track 1 and on track 2, so that when I've got something in those tracks it will play it back. I'll go to the mixer, you'll see that I'm playing the Yamaha. I'm using the classic Yamaha Road sound called Legend EP. I've turned up the direct and I've turned up the gain a bit as well, although it's quite a fierce signal to be honest. That's the mixer page sorted out. So if I hold function and rec 1, on that page I've got in AB turned on, in CD turned off, so I'm not hearing anything of the Polyend at the moment. The record length is set to max. Trig is 1, 2. I've turned the source off. I don't know if that matters or not, but I've turned that off, so that's pretty straightforward. On function and rec 2, I've set the fade in and fade out to the minimal amounts, 0.063, and I've turned on the quantize record and quantize playback to pattern length. So that should be all done. So when I press play now, we'll wait for the 4 bars to tick by. I'll play something on my Yamaha and that should get recorded. I've got to press rec 1 as soon as I press play before the 4 bars have elapsed. So here we go. Should see that tick over to a plus sign when it gets to the end of the 4 bars. I pressed rec 1 to stop the recording. That should all be done. Now it's very important that you don't turn the machine off at this point, because if you do you'll lose that recording. Let's press AED. Now it's saying empty sample slot. Why is that? Let's double tap track 1. Let's go up to recording 1. Say yes, AED, and there is the sample we've recorded. If I hold function and yes, there's our loop. That's good. So the next job we need to do is to save that. So I hold function and rec 3, save this recording, yes. It's got today's date as the name, so we'll get rid of that. Q and no, put in a new name, speed the video up. DX new, that'll do fine. Saving sample. Assign to free flex, yes. It's assigned to flex 1. So now if I double tap track 1, it's on recording buffer 1 at the moment, so I need to come down and go to the first available slot, which is DX new, which is the one I've just recorded and saved. Yes, no, and now that is on. Now this should be playing this sample no problem at all. For some reason I've got 2 trigs there, I don't know why that is. So if I play this now, I should hear it. perfect. So with that playback trig at the beginning of bar 1, it's playing all 4 bars and just repeating it. If I go to the AED and press attributes, the time stretch is normal, the loop mode is on. I don't think it matters because I recorded this at the original tempo, but I do tend to turn those off. Now maybe I'm just being silly doing that, but I like to turn those off. I don't like any thought that that's being stretched in any way. It says original tempo 89.91. Well, it's actually 90, but you know, if I'm splitting hairs, but just for belt and braces, I tend to turn those 2 off. So that's good. So we've done one of our recordings. So the next job is to record the Polyend Synth in. Right, so we now need to go to track 2. What we'll do is I'll go to the mixer and I'll turn track 1 off. So I don't want to hear that Rhodes when I record this Polyend Synth part in. So that's okay. Track 2, nothing on that at the moment, that's good. So we've got to set this up. So mixer. Now I'm going to turn the volume down on my DX and I've got it transmitting on MIDI channel 2, which is this synth here, this kind of green coloured synth here. So to hear this, I've got to turn up the direct and the gain on the Polyend Synth. Now, is the volume up on this? Turn it up a bit more. So with this recording, I'm going to be playing the Yamaha keyboard. I'm going to be triggering this sound here via MIDI. I've got no sequencers or arpeggiators turned on, so I'm simply going to be playing a little riff in A minor to go with my Rhodes keyboard that I recorded on the Yamaha. I'm going to turn down these controls for the A-B. I don't want up. Probably don't need to again, but just being careful here. So this is the sound we're recording. Let's go to function and rec 1, and we're going to need to change this. Turn the A-B off because we're recording input C and D. Leave the record length to maximum. Turn trig to 1-2. Turn the main off like that. Function and rec 2. Fade in and fade out to minimum amounts. And quantize record and quantize playback set to pattern length. That's good. Say no, we should have already got the 4 bars. We have, that's good. So once the 4 bars have gone past, I can play something that will fit, hopefully, with that Rhodes keyboard. So here we go, and I've got to press rec 2 this time once I press play, because that's the CD input. Here we go. Three, 4, 2, 3, 4. So we'll double tap track 2. Now at the moment it's looking for slot 2, which is empty, so we need to go to recording buffer 2, which is there. Say yes, AED, and we've got that sample there. Hold function and yes to listen to it. Yeah, timing's a bit lumpy, but yeah, it's getting the job done, I guess. So same as before, we're going to have to save it and name it and assign it. Function and rec 3, save this recording, yes, that will do fine, yes. Assign to free flex, yes, it's gone to 2. Double tap this. Now it's still on buffer 2, so we want to change this. So we come down to slot 2, which is poly, yes, and now that'll be there. Let's have a listen to the 2 tracks together. Yeah, my timing is way off on that first bar, but just heat of the moment there, it's in there. You can see how I've recorded those 2 tracks. We could go to track 3 and put a little bass drum on there, I guess. So let's leave that as a static machine, that's alright. We'll come over, let's find some samples. That'll do fine. that one there. That's fine. Yes. And we'll just have a look at this. That's fine. So just put some trigs here. Bar 1, bar 2, bar 3, bit extra there, bar 4. Okay, so I've added those kick drums, 4 bars worth, and let's play the whole thing. Apologies for the lumpy playing on the Polyend Synth part, but it got the job done. You can see how very quickly you can assemble something using external gear. Just to recap, I was using the Yamaha Reface DX. It's kind of a miniature DX7, amazing thing. I got it for about £150 and it's absolutely incredible. That was MIDI'd to the Polyend Synth, so I recorded the classic Rhodes sound of the Yamaha to start with, 4 bars of that. Then I recorded 4 bars of that patch on the Polyend, which is solid bass, that's called that patch. And actually the Polyend Synth, I should mention, is an absolutely brilliant synth and it's going for a pretty good price these days. It's definitely worth checking out. So there we are, a fairly quick video today to show you how we can get external gear recorded into the Octatrack. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like and consider subscribing to my channel. If you go onto my website, you can make a donation there. If you got some benefit out of today's video, you can also make a donation via YouTube. Thank you very much for watching, and you'll see me in my next video.